In a world that screams for attention, there exists a different kind of power. Not the power of the loudest voice in the room, but the power of the person who speaks last and says the most. True attraction has never been about performing for others or desperately seeking validation. It flows from something deeper, something the ancient Stoics understood 2,000 years ago. They knew that the most magnetic people are not those who chase attention, but those who command it simply by being present. Today we explore 15 Stoic habits that create silent attraction, drawing people toward you not through manipulation or tricks, but through the quiet strength of a disciplined mind and an unshakable inner core. The first habit is mastering the art of silent confidence. Marcus Aurelius wrote that confidence comes not from what others think of you, but from what you know about yourself. When you enter a room, your presence should speak before your words do. This isn't about arrogance or pretense. It's about carrying yourself with the quiet assurance that comes from knowing your own worth. You don't need to announce your accomplishments or prove your value to anyone. Your calm certainty becomes a magnet, drawing others who sense something different about you. In a world full of people desperately trying to convince others of their importance, the person who simply knows their worth stands out like a lighthouse in the storm. The second habit is emotional composure in social settings. Epictetus taught that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. When someone insults you, when plans fall apart, when unexpected challenges arise, your reaction reveals your character. The Stoic remains calm not because nothing affects them, but because they choose their response consciously. This emotional steadiness creates a sense of safety around you. People are drawn to those who remain centered when the world around them is chaotic. Your composure becomes their anchor, and they find themselves naturally gravitating toward your stability. The third habit is speaking with calm intention. Seneca observed that it is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. The Stoic understands that words have power, and power should never be wielded carelessly. When you speak, you do so with purpose. Your words are measured, thoughtful, and deliberate. You don't fill awkward silences with nervous chatter or compete for speaking time. Instead, you wait for the right moment, then deliver your thoughts with quiet authority. This restraint makes your words more valuable, and people listen more carefully when you choose to speak. The fourth habit is listening more than speaking. True listening is a rare gift in our distracted age. The Stoic practices what Marcus Aurelius called the discipline of perception, truly seeing and hearing others without judgment or the need to immediately respond. When someone speaks to you, you give them your complete attention. You're not formulating your reply or waiting for your turn to talk. You're genuinely present with them. This quality of attention is magnetic because it makes people feel seen and valued. In a world where everyone is competing to be heard, the person who truly listens becomes irresistibly attractive. The fifth habit is remaining unaffected by validation or rejection. The Stoic knows that seeking approval from others is a form of slavery. Your worth is not determined by likes, compliments, or social acceptance. Neither is it diminished by criticism, rejection, or disapproval. This inner independence creates a powerful magnetism because people sense that you cannot be manipulated or controlled through social pressure. You remain consistent regardless of how others treat you. This consistency becomes a source of fascination for those who struggle with their own need for external validation. The sixth habit is purposeful body language. Every movement, every gesture, every stance communicates something about your inner state. The Stoic moves with deliberate grace, never rushed or frantic. Your posture reflects your inner strength. Your gestures are controlled and meaningful. You don't fidget, pace nervously, or engage in self-soothing behaviors that signal insecurity. Instead, your body language speaks of someone who is comfortable in their own skin, confident in their place in the world. This physical presence becomes a silent statement of your character. The seventh habit is emotional detachment in conversations. This doesn't mean being cold or unfeeling, but rather maintaining perspective and not becoming emotionally entangled in every interaction. The Stoic can discuss controversial topics without becoming heated, can handle disagreement without taking it personally, and can navigate social dynamics without becoming emotionally reactive. This detachment allows you to remain clear-headed and objective, making you a valuable presence in any group. People trust your judgment because they know it's not clouded by personal emotion or bias. The eighth habit is practicing Stoic humility. True humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. The Stoic understands their place in the grand scheme of things. You don't need to be the center of attention or the most important person in the room. You can celebrate others' successes without feeling diminished, and you can acknowledge your own mistakes without being crushed by them. This humility is magnetic because it creates space for others to shine, and people are drawn to those who make them feel valuable and important. The ninth habit is showing kindness without seeking approval. Your kindness flows from your character, not from a desire to be liked. You help others because it aligns with your values, not because you expect something in return. This authentic generosity is rare and powerful. People can sense when kindness is genuine versus when it's performed for social gain. The Stoic's kindness comes from a place of strength, not weakness, and this strength makes their compassion even more attractive. The 10th habit is maintaining discipline in words and reactions. The Stoic exercises what Epictetus called the discipline of desire, controlling not just what they want, but how they express themselves. You don't speak from impulse or react from emotion. Every word is chosen, every response is considered. This discipline extends to your reactions to others' words and actions. You don't take bait, don't engage in petty arguments, and don't allow others to provoke you into responses you'll regret. This self-control is magnetic because it demonstrates mastery over yourself. The 11th habit is using magnetic eye contact. The eyes are windows to the soul, and the Stoic's gaze reflects their inner strength and presence. Your eye contact is steady but not aggressive, engaging but not intrusive. You look at people when they speak, not past them or through them. Your gaze communicates respect, attention, and confidence. This quality of attention through eye contact creates immediate connection and demonstrates your ability to be fully present with another person. The 12th habit is controlling emotional triggers. Everyone has things that can set them off, but the Stoic has identified these triggers and developed strategies to manage them. You don't explode when someone pushes your buttons because you've learned to recognize the feeling before it overwhelms you. This emotional regulation is incredibly attractive because it signals maturity and self-awareness. People feel safe around you because they know you won't suddenly become unpredictable or volatile. The 13th habit is maintaining self-respect that inspires others. The Stoic has clear boundaries and standards for themselves and others. You don't compromise your values for social acceptance or allow others to treat you poorly. This self-respect isn't defensive or aggressive. It's simply a quiet acknowledgement of your own worth. This quality inspires others to treat you with respect, and often challenges them to raise their own standards. Your self-respect becomes a mirror that reflects back to others their own potential for dignity and strength. The 14th habit is maintaining calm presence in group dynamics. Groups can be chaotic, with multiple personalities, agendas, and emotions clashing. The Stoic remains centered in the midst of this chaos. You don't get pulled into drama, don't take sides in petty conflicts, and don't allow the group's energy to destabilize your own inner peace. This calm presence often naturally positions you as a leader or mediator, as others look to you for stability and perspective. The 15th habit is embracing mystery and restraint. The Stoic understands that mystery is more powerful than revelation. You don't share everything about yourself immediately. You don't overshare personal details or seek to be completely understood by everyone. This restraint creates intrigue and depth. People are drawn to what they cannot fully grasp or predict. Your reserve makes your friendship more valuable because it must be earned rather than freely given. In our age of constant noise and desperate attention-seeking, the person who masters these Stoic habits stands apart like a mountain among hills. You don't need to shout to be heard or perform to be seen. Your presence speaks volumes. Your silence commands attention. Your restraint creates desire. In a world that has forgotten the power of inner strength, you become a reminder of what true attraction looks like. It's not about techniques or strategies. It's about becoming the kind of person others naturally want to be around. The Stoics knew this truth 2 millennia ago, and it remains as powerful today as it was then. In the end, the most magnetic people are not those who chase others, but those who are worth chasing.